Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to take another look at a brain teaser. In this case, it's going to be the Mutating Strings Part 1. As always, if you want to try this out yourself, the link to this problem, as well as the repository that contains all of the brain teasers, can be found down in the description below. Take a look. So, here we have the Readme for Mutating Strings Part 1. We can see from the description that in C#, strings are immutable. By definition, that means they cannot change once you create them. However, in this brain teaser, the goal is to actually violate that and actually make a string change. So we can see a brief description of the setup, but let's just dive in and take a look at the code. So to get there, we're going to jump into the mutating strings / part 1 branch, which I am already on, and let's look at the code in Visual Studio. So here we can see that there's a single unit test. There's a starting string called who am I, and it's going to default to Kevin. You can see that we've got this first assert that says, okay, is the string equal to Kevin? Not a big surprise. They should be equal. Next, down here, we're going to cause an identity crisis by passing in the who am I string. And then we want to do another assert here to say, is this string equal to Grant? Which on its face seems a little unusual that something that typically would be immutable would change between these 2 points, especially something that's declared as a const. Okay, that's everything without spoilers. If you want to take a look at this yourself, go ahead and pause the video. I'll give you a few moments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to look at some stuff that's a bit of a spoiler. If you were a little stuck, there are a couple hint files that are in here. We'll start with those. So on hint 1, we can see that it references that the CS proj does have allow unsafe blocks turned on. If we double click on our project, we can see that that is in fact the case. Allow unsafe blocks is set to true. This hint also gives a nice link out to the documentation in case you are unfamiliar with unsafe blocks. We look at hint 2, it goes further down into it and points out that when working inside of unsafe code, which broadly speaking means pointers. Typically in C#, we don't think about pointers as much as maybe like C or C++. But we can still get down and do that kind of lower level memory management stuff if we want to. And this points out the urinary address of operator that you can use inside of it in order to get access to that pointer to a string. So with those 2 hints, let's take a look at what the solution might end up looking like. And here I'm just going to jump forward to the solution branch. And here we can see the cause identity crisis simply takes in the string and then grabs the target string of Grant, because that is what we want to compare against. We then create an unsafe code block and then acquire a pointer to the string. The fixed keyword in C# grabs that pointer and informs the garbage collector that we are going to be using this pointer. Please don't move it around on us, because the garbage collector could run at any point and move things around. This just, as the name implies, fixes the pointer. We then simply iterate over the pointer, effectively treating it like an array, and assign the characters from Grant into our who am I string. This then allows the test to go through and pass, and if we go ahead and run this test, what we will see is this little blue dot here flip all the way over to green. Sure enough, the test passes. Our string has been mutated. Now, in general, you don't want to do this, and there's a subtle trick that's being employed here. The length of the strings, you'll note, just happen to line up. This is important. I won't dive into a lot of the details, but changing the length of the string or trying to write too many characters into a string would effectively walk off the end of the array. Similar memory type problems that you would see in C++, but you can end up either crashing or running into some very unusual behavior as soon as you walk off the end of the array. So there you have it. Even though strings are immutable, we've managed to mutate our string. See everyone next time.